So welcome, Aldo. It's a great pleasure to have you in my community. And we are a powerful community of women empowered all over the world, very driven to do amazing things, to bring change to the world, to make sure that our gifts and our talents are serving other people as well. So, Aldo, welcome to the Global Women community. I'm very happy and grateful that you have found the time because I know how busy you are. But I wanted something special, something different to introduce to my community, and I believe uh, you are going to share something that is going to serve us a lot. So before we start and before you start sharing the presentation with us, I would like to know how. I know that you before you were in business and then you left the business, went to corporate. So you have tried both worlds. You have tried working for a big corporate, but also you have tried running your own business.
Yes.
What is the difference?
So running your own business, the big difference is cash flow. You have to maintain a very positive and healthy cash flow.
Very
When it
little
comes,
thing, yeah?
a little tiny thing. When it comes for to do payroll and pay taxes, well, that is a big tiny difference. I mean, the work when you work for an organization, obviously you're going to work hard. You're going to deliver value to the organization that you're with. When you're working for yourself, I mean, titles don't matter. You are chief information, chief executive, you are janitor, electrician, plumber, etc. So it you cover everything that there needs to be covered. But what I've also learned, as you're leading organizations and you're even your own organization, you have to be so mindful that every little detail is how people perceive you. So if they come into your company and it's a mess and it's dirty and it's unclean, even though you could provide the best solution in the world, people are going to take an impression of that and say, well, I don't know about that, right? This might not be the right company for me. But uh but as I work also for large organizations, I've also noticed that my personal bias is when I walk into an organization and it's in shambles and not necessarily up to my standards, and then I also try to shy away a little bit from it. So big difference between the two. The most important one, cash flow.
Yes, you're so right. And sometimes I have seen people who have been leading big projects in a corporate a project, let's say with millions of pounds or dollars, and of course, it's a lot of credit based on how that particular individual also leads that project. But sometimes they forget that if they go in their own, it's not going to be that easy as being part of that big corporate and big company.
Yes.
And I wanted also to know, once you moved to start your own business, what was your biggest challenge, and how did you feel that difference?
Yes. So with and as you said, right? So you go to do a project, and if you're what I used to call a single shingle. When I started my organization, it was just one person, me, with a little sign that says "Open for Business," right? And then I started getting work. Uh, but like everyone, I have my limitations, right? So you need to bring in people to help you grow the organization and continue to add value to the customers. So bringing those right people into the organization that have your same values, your same beliefs, your same work ethics is quite a big challenge for individuals, whether you're in your own organization or you work for a very large organization. We all need a team around us to help us succeed if the work encompasses a lot more than our own limitations, right? So we need to bring in talent to augment and supplement and complement our own beliefs and our own limitations. So bringing those right people that are going to work with you side by side and really work hard for that customer that is eventually going to pay you and maintain a positive cash flow, it's key to the success of what you're providing for that customer. So having the right people in place is key.
Yes, it's always people, people, people.
Yeah.
But how do we how do we find these people? How do we find the right people? How do we know that these are going to be the right people? Because building a team and creating a team is one of the most important tasks that we need to start when we are running a business.
I believe, which goes into some of the talk today, is having the right values. A lot of organizations, display their corporate values, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But bring in a person or a group of individuals that mirror your values. So if you're going to say, we're going to work hard, well, we're going to work hard. Work hard doesn't mean 9 to 12, take a 2-hour lunch break, and then work from 2 to 4, right? That's not working hard. Even though in that small amount of time you're going to be working hard, if at 4 o'clock, whether the work is done or not, you're going to shut off and wait till the next day, then it's not the right value in comparison to somebody that would say, if it's 9 p.m. and I still got to get the work done, it's going to be 9 p.m., but I got to get the work done for this customer. So it's, it is the ultimate question for every manager. How do you build a highly effective team? How do you build a team with the right individuals that complement each other? I mean, from the military to the smallest organization in the world, that is the same challenge always.
Well, that's so true. And I want to take this opportunity, since you are here, also for another question.
Yes.
Because I see this I see this happening a lot. There are a lot of people who are not happy with their job, who are not happy with their company, who really don't want to wake up in the morning to go there. They drag themselves down to go there, and they feel drained, but they still keep doing regardless. So what would be your advice for people who feel like that? And why do you think that is phenomenon happening again and again?
When I decided to start my own company, and I go back to when I started my first company, let me call it my first heavily invested in myself company, was in 1995. I started companies prior to that, but it was kind of like a, dipping the toe in the water and trying things out, and whether they work or didn't work, it was okay. But when I first said, okay, I am going to do this, I am tired of my job. I feel a lot of the reasons why people are afraid to leave their job is the fear of the unknown, number one, and the financial constraints that they have imposed on themselves, right? So if you're going to leave an organization and start your own business, in order to get, unless you're very, very lucky, to get a business really going, it's going to take a few months of hard work to get your first customer, your first paying customer, and then the train begins to roll on the track, and things get much better. But that very first period of time, when you decide to take the leap of faith to go into your own business, you have to have that financial freedom in order to be able to do it, and not be starving for the very first thing that comes along, because it may not be the right thing that comes along for you to start doing your business. You may decide to take a very short-term opportunity with a customer while giving away a big opportunity that is just around the corner, and now all of a sudden you're busy, but you're not going to be able to fulfill it. So I think financial freedom and just stop fearing the unknown are two of the biggest things for me when I decided to start my own business.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that.